Man, what a game, what a game, what a game. Fred VanVleet, Frederico, was killing it tonight as the Raptors go 2-0 to start off the COVID regular season. Let me tell you, this game was super close, as you can tell by the score. And it came down to a couple possessions down where the Raptors really just hung themselves on their defense and forced the Heat into 2 turnovers in the final minute. And the Raptors just sealed it away with some free throws. OG Anunoby hit 2 free throws to put this game on ice, which is shocking to me because OG's been a relatively a fluctuating free throw shooter this season. It was like a 60-70% shooter, and he knocked down both free throws casually as he extended it to a 4-point lead, and that was all the Raptors needed. But man, this was not easy. The Raptors played extremely bad in this one. If you guys didn't see it, if you just looked on the stats, the Raptors lost pretty much every single category. They shot 20 less shots. They got out rebounded more. They had less assists. The only categories they pretty much won was they got to the line 20 more times than the Heat, and they hit the 3 at a 50% mark, which, with all the things that the Raptors were doing wrong, those 2 things were the only things the Raptors were doing right, and it really helped because the Raptors were struggling on offense, and any sort of offense they could have got, they got the line and from deep. And Fred VanVleet was a huge impact in that category with 7 threes and a career high 36 points. Whew. Guys, you guys see this guy's highlights. He was going up and under. He was doing crossover, step back threes. The one on Iguodala was just super high contested. It barely got over Iguodala's outstretched arms, and Iguodala had to dap him up after that, saying that was a nice tough shot. I gave him respects on that because Iguodala's a good defender, and Freddy gave him the business tonight. And there was no guard on the Miami Heat that could have guarded Fred VanVleet today. They tried putting more size on him with Iguodala, and honestly, it didn't do much because he was just in a zone. The rest of the Raptors didn't do so well. Serge had a better bounce back game, 15 points off the bench with 6 boards. Kyle Lowry had a decent game, really provided that second or third option tonight, along with Pascal Siakam, who had a hot first half, cooled down the second half when he was given a different defensive assignment. Now, let's just break it down from the beginning to the end. This game, super sloppy. Both teams, super high turnovers. Raptors with 21 turnovers, Heat with 14. And the game was ugly. And it didn't look like it's going to be even reach the 100-point mark. But later on, both teams found their groove offensively and started knocking down shots. But to start the game, this was ugly. Turnovers both ways. And it was like the ones that you see in some scrimmages, people poking it from behind, and players just making errant passes. Goran Dragic had Iguodala completely wide open, threw a laser of a pass all the way out of bounds on the alley-oop. And then Lowry tried throwing a more than half-court dime to Pascal. Pascal stops running because Jimmy Butler cuts him off, and that's a turnover. Just stuff like that, stuff that you don't really see. Those kind of turnovers were happening all game long. And let's start with the 3 best keys of the game to take away. First off, Fred VanVleet, MVP, 36 points, an outstanding game for him. Carried the team offensively, especially when Lowry was sitting down. He played the most amount of minutes, 42 minutes, and he had to play every single one because the Raptors really needed his playmaking, his defense, because he's the one that tipped the ball at the end on Jimmy Butler's pass that led to the steal where the Raptors iced it. That was huge. Second, the Raptors won despite all those things that was going wrong, and that's because of their 3-point shooting and them getting to the free throw line. Raptors hit 33 of 36 free throws, and when you hit that many shots from the free throw line, it's just piling up how many points you're really getting. And the Heat, it's just demoralizing to see a team go to the line again and again and again, and they were just getting frustrated with all the fouls. Lowry and Fred VanVleet, excellent at getting to the line in this one. Just couldn't be stopped. My third reason, I gotta hand it to the defense and Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse made some gutsy calls today, kept a short rotation. Rondae Hollis-Jefferson and Terrence Davis gave you nothing today. Terrence Davis played like 4 minutes. All he got you was 2 turnovers. Then Rondae Hollis-Jefferson played like 11 minutes. Didn't get you a point at all. 2 turnovers as well. Just not great play from your bench. And the Raptors bench got outscored big time in this one. 56-22. Just like abysmal effort from the bench other than Serge Ibaka. Norman Powell didn't have a great game. And no one really providing that other option off the bench today. It was a struggle there. But the Miami Heat, they had Goran Dragic, 25, 5 and 5. Kelly Olynyk was all going off. Tyler Hero was going off. They had tons of bench help. And the Raptors didn't really have it. A few things that I noticed from this game was Nick Nurse was trying to mix around the defensive matches as well. Because even if you guys seen the Laker matchup, OG Anunoby was playing the 4 spot at times, matched up against LeBron James. And I think Nick Nurse got a feeling that maybe OG is better at the 4 at certain times and guarding some of the 4s. He did a great job guarding Kelly Olynyk, Bam Adebayo, who's also their center. He's just got like a big build, a 6'8" strong build, and we can really prevent those guys from muscling through him. Compared to Pascal, who's got a little bit of a skinnier build and is not used to the beat down in the post. Pascal had a tough job guarding Pascal and Jimmy Butler in this one. Since OG Anunoby switches from the 3 spot to the 4 spot on the defensive assignments, Pascal's going to pick up Jimmy Butler, and you guys got to see it. Jimmy Butler picks up 3 fouls on Pascal Siakam in the 3rd quarter, and then Pascal picks up his 4th. Just absolutely frustrated. Just couldn't keep up with the speed, the cunningness, the shifty, going both angles, and he was just going to his left, to his right, crossing him up and giving all sorts of fakes, and he's gonna have to get used to it because the Raptors are switching defense all the time, and he's gonna get matched up with some of the better players in the NBA, and he's gonna have to do a better job guarding them without fouling. But relatively, he did a great job against Anthony Davis in the first one, so I really have high expectations of Pascal's defense. Since he's got the speed and the length to guard anybody on the perimeter, he could do a better job there. Otherwise, the Raptors play a solid game. Also got to note, Marc Gasol, a non-factor today. Really got to be more aggressive shooting the basketball. He just looks so passive, and players are like helping off of him. When it's Pascal coming in from the diagonal spot, they're just disrespecting Marc Gasol in the corner and helping off of him. He's got to be aggressive. Once he gets the ball, shoot it, let it fly. And the hesitation is what really kills the Raptors. There's some times that Ibaka hesitated as well. We got to avoid that going forward because you got to be confident in your shot. And sometimes it feels like the guards had to force the shots in this one because the rest of the guys weren't shooting the basketball. That's something Nick Nurse has got to tell these guys moving forward. But honestly, the defense has been stellar. I can't knock the defense because defense won this game. Even though the Raptors scored 107 points and VanVleet was on fire, the defense is what really keyed on the Raptors win tonight. Otherwise, guys, a solid game. Make sure you guys check the highlights. Until next time. Peace.